get here? Right? How'd I get here?
How did I get here podcast?
How did I get here? How did I get here podcast?
How'd I get here?
How did I get here? How'd I get here podcast? Bam.
See, wait, oh, the light's on. See, this shit not so easy now that you're in front of the camera, right?
It's not, but
See, look at you.
But you messed it up. You're supposed to say when I say clap, go.
You know what? How y'all doing? Welcome back to another episode of the How'd I Get Here podcast, the podcast for progress, positivity, and helping us find our path. I'm sitting here with the first lady and the camera lady of the How'd I Get Here podcast, Anika.
We gotta get a soundboard.
I'm telling you.
Tell Brandon to give you that board and program the sound on there. He showed me how to do it.
I would annoy so many people because I just like sound effect. You would have a sound effect for everything. But how you guys doing? This month kicks off National Women's Month, National Women's History Month. So I really want to take time to focus on the queens that really make society go, function. And I thought what better way to kick off this month with Anika, because without a lot of the stuff that she does for me, the podcast, we wouldn't even be here. We'd still be figuring out how to get somewhere. Was that corny? Would that have been like a wow? Yeah, see? So with all that being said, what's up, Anika? Introduce yourself, because now they get to see your face instead of just the hand at the end and everything. So
wait, you see my hand at the end? Oh,
no, because you be covering it. Yeah,
I'm trying to give you like a transition at the end, but you don't ever use it.
Nah, but the hand's kind of dope. It adds that authenticity.
I guess.
Yeah, and I'm working on what was it? My 12 worded questions. So we're gonna keep it short.
From the last one.
But yeah, talk to them. Who is Anika aside from my camera lady?
I'm Anika. I just had a kid. Have a full-time career. Learning how to do photography. You can follow me on Instagram. I am _Anika Nicole.
I just put the
yeah.
If we had the sound effect over.
You'll get there.
Baby steps. So this is beautiful because we've known each other since like 15?
A long time.
Junior year of high school, right?
I don't remember what year I came there. I came to Bloomfield, I want to say like the ending of my sophomore year.
Okay,
but I don't think I talked to you till junior year probably.
Well, I didn't get there till junior year either.
Okay, so then, yeah.
And it was in all those AP and honors.
Those are classes were bullshit, by the way.
No, absolutely. I always said an AP class at Bloomfield High was like an honors class.
No, that's like a regular class in any other school.
Hey, that shit got me to college though, so I ain't gonna be mad about it.
Listen, the minute that we had AP stats and he said I'm playing devil's advocate because he didn't know the right answer, I was over it.
Yo, those were the days. So as you guys can see, we go back. In timeout, let me backtrack a bit. We're drinking Barefoot Wine. Barefoot Wine don't got shit to do with this. They not sponsoring. But hey, Barefoot Wine, if you guys would like to sponsor me, I'll take any type of sponsorship deal and all that good shit. So yeah, turn the bottle around. I don't know if y'all can see it back there. But so let's take it all the way back to high school. Where did you see yourself going, and what were you going to college for? What were your goals back then?
Goals back then was to become an actuarial analyst.
What does that mean?
So I get it from my dad. That's what my dad does.
Shout out to Nika's dad. Come on the show.
He's not coming on the show. Ever since you said you wanted tattoos, he's like, no, don't talk to him anymore. But so I wanted to do that. It's basically it's kind of like accounting, but more like forecasting. So you get like a set of numbers, and you kind of like forecast, rates or packages for insurance companies. I don't really remember the whole details. I just remember that it's math. And I wanted to do it because first of all, there aren't really many black women who do it. There isn't really many black people that do it. And then you could be making like 6 figures by this age, 27, 28. But I didn't want to do it because I found out that not only do you have to go to school for 4 years and you have to take exams, like 2 exams to just graduate, you then have another 11 exams to do and then a bunch of these little modules in between. So it's like you're constantly in school. And I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
But the reward for it is really good.
Right, because you said 6 figures.
Yeah, like literally 6 figures at 20-something years old. Like you start off making a lot of money. But
You made it.
I'm not.
So did you bow out of that when you got to college, or did you figure all that out and be like, nah, that ain't it?
So it was like trial and error. So like I went to UConn, one of the branches, and I did it. I did my first year, and then I talked to my dad more and more, and of course my dad hated his job. So it's like he's always like, you sure you want to do that? You sure you just don't want to be a math teacher? And I'm like, I don't like kids like that.
You heard that, AJ?
Like I can deal with my kids, but I can't deal with other people's kids because you gotta be you gotta be nice to other people's kids, even when they're bad as ever. You do, because if you say something to the wrong kid, they parents might be coming up there trying to beat you up. I don't want to fight nobody parents. So I was like, I don't really care about kids like that, so I'm not going to be a teacher. And I have a short tolerance. I'd be like, 2 + 2 = 4. How do you not know it equals 4? So I was like, I'm not doing math teacher. So then he kept like talking me out of it. So I was like, okay, well, something similar to that was accounting. So then I did accounting. I went to school for accounting. And then I was falling asleep in the classes.
As we all did.
And still passing, though. So I was, like, getting A's in an accounting class, falling asleep. And I'm like,
smart.
I can't do this either. I needed something that was going to take me out of my comfort zone. Because, like, I was way more introverted than I am now. I mean, I'm still introverted, but, like, it was times 100 before. Like, I used to get really bad, like, social anxiety. So I didn't want to go out and talk to people or do anything. So accounting and actuarial science and all that stuff is perfect because you sit in a cube all day and you crunch numbers. You don't got to interact with nobody. The only thing you have to do is every now and then have a meeting with your department and tell them what numbers you found, and that was the end of it. That's the most interaction you have with other people. So I was like, this job is perfect. And then as I progressed further along in my life, it changed. One of the people that was like really influential was my sister, Anika.
Sister who?
You don't know her. You never.
Oh,
know her.
I thought you said Anika. I was like,
no,
wait,
that's
your parents?
me.
I was like,
no,
they
her
gave
name
this
is
2 girls. I was like, hold up.
She's my older sister.
Micah, come on the show.
She's amazing. She actually should be on the show, but she's not going to come because she barely answers people's calls. So if you see this, I'm mad at you because you don't answer.
No, hold on. That's your sister. She better see this shit. She better at least open it or something.
So, but I love her. So she was like, she kind of got me into the whole thing of like owning your own business type thing because she opened up her nail salon. And like when I first moved out of my parents' house, I was going to school. I was working at an airport parking lot. And I was working full-time at her shop. And I was like, I love the fact of like entrepreneurship. Like she can make her own hours. She could come and go as she please. Like the whole aspect of like get people to come in, the marketing, like all this seems awesome. So I was like, I want to do that. But I didn't know what I want to do. I want to do like fashion at one point. I want to do makeup at one point. I want to do what she did, which was nails and all this other stuff. And I was like, I don't want to do any of this. And then it kind of brought me from... And then I got my associates in like just business admin with an entrepreneurship focus. Because
That's kind of dope. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, at Manchester Community College. That's where I got my associates from.
Congrats.
Thanks.
Push the button. You get the baby.
But yeah, so I got my associates there. With the entrepreneurship option. And then the more I learned about like entrepreneurship and all the things that came into it and how much you have to get out of your comfort zone, I got into marketing, which is what I'm doing now. Okay,
cool.
Yeah.
And it's interesting you say like...
That was a lot.
But it was... but you know, I was thinking about 2 things while you were talking, right? Because I remember, well, a couple things. But last week when we were shooting... Fresh's episode. You were like, I was like, yo, I forgot the wine. You were like, wait, is this my episode? Because if it is, I ain't coming. And I was like, nah, I just wanted wine or whatever. And then you hit on it that you're very introverted. So the fact that you just like, you're in front of the camera. Is this your first time in front of a camera like this?
No, because I told you I tried to do my own YouTube channel.
Right. We're going to get to that. And that YouTube channel was fire, by the way.
Yeah, but...
but no,
I'm hard on myself, so that's why there's things...
But that's all a part of the process. We all are our biggest critics. You know what I mean? Even when I do these videos, I edit them, but I don't watch it until it's live.
Yeah, I don't watch. I have not watched a full one of my videos.
Really?
So I edit my video. So the only time I watch is when I'm editing it.
Right.
Once it's up, I don't watch it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't watch it.
I need my hit, so I ain't gonna hold you. I watch Crush It from a couple different devices.
Oh, see, like you cheating. You cheating.
But no, you hit, like, the fact that you were saying that you're introverted, to me, this is nice to actually see you kind of getting out of your shell a little bit. And she's like, let me sip this. Take the edge off. But can you hit on that a little bit? Just, being introverted and maybe having some sort of anxiety. Because you said, I know when you were younger, you had bad social anxiety. So how do you sometimes help overcome that?
I don't know, actually.
Really?
Like, it's still bad. Like, there's times where I can go to the mall, and if the mall's too packed, I'm like, I gotta get out of here.
Word.
I don't remember. Do you remember that night when me, you, Andrew, and Lindsay and Mo all were at Spectra? And you left and we went to Maddie D's, I think it was. Yeah. I had social anxiety there.
Really?
That's why we left.
Really?
Yeah, like I don't know how to deal with it. I just kind of either it's like I have to like I tell Andrew like I have to like Andrew's a boyfriend. I have to like prep myself prior to going somewhere. Like, if you're saying, hey, we're about to go out, I gotta tell myself, okay, well, we're going out, we're gonna have a good time, I'm gonna have a couple of drinks, and I'm gonna just be chill. Right. But if you, like, spring it on me, which happened that night, because I didn't think, like, the first time I went to Spectra, I went with my friend, I took pictures of her. It was chill. It was like a coffee place. I didn't know that whole other side was gonna turn into a whole club. Like, I never knew that. I thought Spectra was just a chill place, and, like, they had drinks or whatever on the side, but I didn't know it was like a full-on like club. That. Yeah. Word. So I was like, oh, hell no. Like, I need to go home. Word. But I didn't want to ruin the night, so I was like, well, let's go somewhere.
But you battled it, though.
I have to like, mentally prepare myself. I basically have to tell myself, like, okay, you're going out, there's going to be people there, like, just relax. Word. And then I saw people that I knew, so it was kind of like, okay, like, it's not weird. Like, these people, so don't, like...
It kind of eased you a little bit. Word.
But I'm not over it. Like,
no, but it's an ongoing battle, and
I've gotten a lot better. I will say that.
That's what's up.
Yeah, because before I wouldn't talk to people. Period. Like, if I could even know you, and I'll act like I didn't see you.
Damn. I'm glad I wasn't around for that. Because I'm like, yo, Anika.
I'm like so bad. Like, I was horrible. So now it's at a point where I will talk to people and like, like I'll say hi and try to have like small talk. I'm just still not good at it. Go away.
that's beautiful though. That progress is beautiful though. And that's what's up. And it's an ongoing battle. Is it right to say it's an uphill battle?
I don't know.
I don't even know what that means, but it always sounded.
Uphill battle means that I think that it's going well.
Right.
I think. I don't know, but I don't know the real terminology for
We gonna cut this because I sound like a real dumbass. Right? We gotta get Drew in the.
But if you're gonna cut it, because you say you're gonna cut it means that like you're working hard because it's harder to run uphill than it is downhill.
There you go. See, and now we're not gonna cut it because now we don't sound like a dumbass. No, but
I was close.
Progress. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we all saying the same thing. Mm-hmm. So, and you hit on it before. When you kind of like talked about your sister and alluded to yourself about being a black woman who wears many different hats. And we kind of talked about your educational hat a little bit. What does it mean to you to be a black woman in today's society doing what you do?
I'm really bad. Probably going to be misrepresented for all the black women out there, but I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I don't like things that happen in the world, like all this racism stuff. Word. But I also try not to engulf myself with it because I don't like. I feel like if I was to go into everything that's going on with our race and minorities, I will hate everybody. Like, I already don't like people.
Except me.
Facts. But I feel like if I went into it more, I literally would just hate every, like, especially white people. Like, I'd be like, oh,
Word.
I fucking, like, I don't want to be around you right now. Like, just your presence irks me. So I
Right.
try not to think about it, and I try not to be, like, super outraged. So I really can't answer that question.
So is it better to say, how does it feel as a woman? Because I feel like, and maybe this is me just kind of like trying to twist it a little bit, but in today's society, women don't get enough credit for all the things that they do.
They don't.
You know what I mean? So does that...
My dad will always tell me, like, as being black and being a woman, you gotta work like 3 times as hard.
Word.
Because it's like, it's already hard being an African American, and it's even more hard being a woman at that. So I've always just had this mindset where it's like, nothing's gonna be handed to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna just have to do whatever I have to do. Like, I think it's Boomerang. It's one of those old movies.
Like the thing that like...
No, it's a movie. Okay, so first of all, you need to learn your classic black movies, okay? Boomerang is a movie reference.
Oh, okay.
I think it's Boomerang.
Goes to Google.
I think it's Boomerang, but it's one of these movies that was in that same time frame where they talk about like working in the mailroom and kind of working your way up. I want to say it's Boomerang, but
Word.
and I'm not sure. But like my dad will always reference one of those old movies about how you gotta like basically work from the mailroom or work your way up, and that's
Word.
kind of always been like my mind frame. Like, I'm not gonna get the 6-figure job that I wanted at 18,
Right.
because not only am I a woman, but I'm also black. So it's like, I know I'm gonna have the shitty job, and I just have to make sure that I prove myself wherever I am to show them that I can do whatever I need to get done.
Word. Got to start somewhere.
Right.
So another one of your many hats that you wear, you're a mom, and the first baby of the podcast is hers, AJ.
Shout out to AJ.
That's my second favorite baby. No offense, I got a niece.
Okay.
He got demoted.
Okay.
But I also got
I'll
a
take
cousin
that.
who he's in front of, so...
Okay, he's in front of a cousin?
Yeah, she's 7, 8, 10 months. 10
I'll
months.
take that. So he's in the middle.
Yeah, the
right.
middle of 3 babies.
I'll take that.
See,
And
dude.
it's a family member.
Right. See,
I'll
so that
take
got me something. he smiles every time he sees me.
Because he's a great kid.
He is. So I've never been pregnant before, like me.
Mm-hmm.
So can you walk me through what that was? PG rated.
I want y'all to know that pregnancy is real.
Wait.
Don't let these movies fool you. Pregnancy is real. That would probably, being pregnant has probably been like the hardest experience I've ever gone through.
Really?
Second hardest, because the first was like losing my mom, but first was that. I mean, second was that. Like, you're not prepared for any of it. The movies lie.
Word.
They're not real. They make it seem like it's so like blissful and amazing, and it's really not.
Right.
It's sweet because you get to feel this little human inside of your body like moving and
That's
stuff.
sweet.
Yeah, for the first like few months that he does it, and then as you get closer to the end, and he kicking your spine and punch you in your throat and all this other stuff, you're like, get this little nigga out of my stomach. Get out, get out. My knees hurted, legs hurt. I couldn't lay down. I couldn't sit down. I couldn't stand up.
Damn.
It was a lot.
God bless you.
And the worst part of it all is it all just like messes with your mental.
Yeah.
Cause like despite your body pains, like you would kind of deal with body pains, take some Tylenol, like call it a day. But
Right.
your hormones, I mean not yours, but women's hormones are like so out of whack
Right,
that
right.
the simplest thing can just set you off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, dogs can give you puppy dog eyes and you cry for 3 hours because you just don't know why. Like,
Oh, shit.
It's nice. I will say the great part about it is that your body is creating this amazing human being.
It's a beautiful process.
Yeah, like you are creating a human being. You're literally feeling like everything. You initially start with just feeling like little flutters in your stomach, and it feels
Word.
like butterflies. Like you feel like a kid that's like in a candy store. Like you feel so good, and then it's like even towards the end, even though my body still hurt, like it was still cool to like lay on my stomach sometimes and just see like a little footprint go by your stomach or a little hand or something. It's so creepy.
That would
there was like videos on Instagram, I think, and it was like dudes who would lay down and like make their stomach jump to imitate pregnant women, but it was like that does not do it justice. Like it is so nice to see like a little hand or a foot go across your stomach, but it's also very, very stressful. Like it's very stressful.
But you got a good partner, right? Like
he's very helpful. He's very helpful. I will say, like, even when Aiden was like first born, like he would take him from me like 24/7.
What was that day like? Because I remember Andrew texting us like in the group chat, like, "Yo, he's on the way," and I was just like, because me and Drew, as I'm sure you guys know, go back to 6th grade. So he was my first friend to like have a kid. Mm-hmm. So then it was kind of just like, oh shit, like I got excited. You know what I mean? Even now it's like that's my nephew. You know what I mean? So what was that day like? You could skip the story of birth because I don't
you tired of hearing that?
Yeah, I don't think nobody wanted.
Listen, it was real. But okay. I have a different perspective than Andrew does.
Word.
Because it was me going through it.
Of course.
So, I was in there for 3 days. Yeah. I started,
Lord.
I think I got there on Friday and he was born on Sunday. Mm-hmm. And I didn't go home until Tuesday. So, I was there for like 5 days. But, oh God. So he was due on the 19th.
Word.
And I had an appointment on the 19th. And they kept me because I had low fluid. Like, meaning that the fluid around him was too low, which is not good for the baby because it could cause, like, death, basically. Okay. So, they kept me in the hospital, and they gave me, like, all this stuff to try to, like, induce my labor. Well, I'm not going to go into details for it.
Oh, no,
I just want you to know that cervical checks, you don't have a cervix, which, God bless you, but women's cervical checks are the devil.
Can I just tell you something real quick?
You don't know what a cervical check is?
No, I do, but, like, when you first said people going to judge me, but when you first said cervical checks, my mind went into...
Like spine?
No, you're going to judge me.
Oh, God.
I just thought about the payments.
Payments? What?
Like a check, you know, like you write a check, but then I realized what we were talking about, and I was like, all right, go ahead.
No, so cervical checks are basically when they put their hand inside of you and like check past, like check your uterus in a sense, like to find out how far along you are with this, like seeing if you're dilated, if you're, you know, if the baby's head down, if their feet are down, like checking all that stuff. Oh. So they had to constantly check that because they were inducing my labor, meaning making the baby come faster.
I know that much.
Okay. So that was horrible. And then it basically took 2 days because I was in there from Friday morning. I think I had like a 9 a.m. appointment. And he didn't come till Sunday afternoon, like around, Andrew says noon, the doctors say 11:59.
Did Andrew cry?
Yes, he cried like a baby. He acted like he did. He said he shedded three tears. He says.
I actually think I got that picture.
He was boo-hoo, not crying, but yeah. So anyway, I was in there for that full time, and it was. I don't know. Being in the hospital and that whole experience wasn't surreal for me. Like it didn't get real for me until I brought him home. Okay. So like having him in the hospital, having him on my chest, doing all the like actually giving birth to him, like I didn't feel any of it because I was like super drugged up. Like I didn't experience any of it. Like. It was scary for me because they were going to possibly do a C-section for me because his heart rate dropped. So that's why I didn't feel anything because they had pumped me up with extra medicine to like numb me from like the belly down. So they were literally holding my legs. I literally felt nothing. Like I didn't feel anything. Andrew said I was like open. I didn't feel any of it. I didn't even remember him coming out, and I was like talking to the doctor half sleep. Like Andrew was like nudging me, telling me to wake up to talk to the doctor. Like I was out of it. So it was like. Like, I don't remember most of it.
Right.
I do remember him coming out. I remember them holding him up thought he was a huge baby. And I was like,
they did Simba?
yeah, like they held him up like this to show him to me, like covered, like literally straight out. And then after that, he was over there, Andrew was over there, and he saw everything, and I
You just there like, fuck it.
Yeah, like I'm just like, okay, like whatever is happening is happening. Like I don't know what's going on.
Word.
And even when I took him, like they gave us to him, they cleaned him up, laid him on my chest. I still didn't even hold him, like, because I was afraid to hold him because I was so drugged up. So I was like, Andrew, take him. And they gave him to me when we finally got to the room. And everybody else wanted to hold him, and then his body temperature was down, so they put him in like an incubator type thing.
Oh man!
Like all of these things it's like everything was happening so fast. Going on. Yeah, so it's like I really didn't get a chance to like enjoy it in a sense. Yeah. Like even when I finally got to the room and it was just me and him, they put us in the room. Like it was just like, okay, he's here. Mm-hmm. He's next to me. I didn't want to put him in the little crib thing. I wanted him next to me the whole time, which they tell you can't, but it wasn't
fuck
real.
What the doctor said.
Yeah, like that's my baby. You can't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't real for me until I brought him home. Right. And when I brought him home, I was like, oh shit, there's a fucking baby here. Like I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep at all that first night. Like I was like, oh god.
Word. So that's beautiful. So now you got a baby in the house. 2 dogs. Oh, you're a dog mom too.
And a cat mom.
Yeah, I always forget you have a cat in this house.
Yeah, because she just hides.
Yeah, that's wild. So you're a pet mom.
Okay.
A mom. Mm-hmm. Now that he's here, and then he's 10 months at the end of this month, right? Where am I? What?
He'll be 8 months.
Didn't we just have this discussion not even an hour ago?
November, December, January, February, March. Yeah, 8 months.
8 months.
You're confusing it with your cousin's child.
Right. I was just making sure you're paying attention.
You got me questioning like how old my child is. I'm over here like.
So he's 8 months at the end of this month. So what has the last 8 months been like?
It has been a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Okay. He is the best baby that I have ever dealt with. Like, even as soon as I brought him home, he was giving me at least 4 hours at night. Like, shout out to the baby. I think he's going to trick me because I feel like I want another child, and I feel like the second child is not going to be like him.
Jacob.
He's not. His name is not going to be Jacob if it's a boy.
Don't hurt to try.
Listen, it's not. But he was like literally a great baby. The only problem that he gave me when he was first born was he wasn't like latching when I was trying to breastfeed, and so it was like really hard because I just exclusively pumped. So that means that you don't breastfeed; you just pump 24/7. So.
Right.
Whenever he's due for a feeding, I'm pumping my milk versus, like giving him my actual boob or doing like formula. Mm-hmm. So it was like really hard or whatever to go through that process because it's like you're not sleeping. So imagine a baby eating every 2 hours, and then you gotta pump in between that 2 hours so that you actually have milk available for him to actually drink when he finally wakes up for his...
It's a process.
Right. So I was literally getting like 30 minutes of sleep. Because like how I did it was I would feed him, then I would pump, and then I would go to sleep. But like my machine only didn't pump well on both sides, so I had to do one at a time, which was like 15 to 30 minutes on each side. So that's already an hour.
Right.
It takes him about 20 minutes to eat his bottle.
Damn.
And then I got to do all this again, starting from 2 hours from when he first started drinking his bottle. So I really only got like 15, 20, maybe 30 minutes of sleep.
Like just as you starting to fall asleep, you got to wake back up.
To feed him again.
Yeah. And
I was like, I can't. Because I wasn't getting any sleep. And then on top of that, you got to keep in mind that you also got to wash the materials that you're using. You got to wash bottles. You got to take care of your home. Like, wash dishes, clean, cook. Well, I don't cook. Andrew's the cook here. Sorry. But, you know, wash dishes and clean up. Wash clothes. Wash AJ's clothes. Like, do something with yourself. Because you also got to remember, like, I'm not sleeping. I'm barely showering. Like, I don't have the chance to even breathe by myself. Like,
And that's a testament to not only how strong you are, but just women in general for carrying a baby for 9 months. And then, not that Andrew's not around, but Andrew's got to go to work because he only gets paternity leave if he does.
He
gets
didn't
it.
even have it at that time, so he was only home for like 3 days.
Right. So,
4 days.
and most dads or husbands don't.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, now you're home for however long you are doing all this on your own, essentially. Yeah, you got somebody, you know, when you get home and XYZ, but you really with AJ, for your, you know, example, by yourself. Yeah.
And my mom's not here to help. My dad couldn't help. Like, he's afraid to hold small babies. My stepmom doesn't drive
Does he
the
hold
highway.
AJ now?
Yeah, he's fine with AJ now.
Right,
They're like best friends now. But when he was first born, like, he wanted a pillow propped up on the arm. Like, he wanted you to position him perfectly. Like, he had no idea how to shift him. If he even made a noise or moved the arm, my dad was like, okay, what's happening? What's happening? So,
that's funny.
Like, and then my stepmom, I lived in Middletown at the time, so she didn't like driving the highway. So she couldn't come to help me out either.
Right.
So it's just me.
Damn.
And Andrew's mom helps. I will say that Andrew's mom came over, and I'm a horrible person because I don't know how to just relax when people are there. Like, now that she's there, now I feel like I got a host too. So she was there to help me out, but I'm over here like, okay, where are you? Okay,
let me put your feet up.
You want water? You want juice? You want something to eat? She's like, I'm okay. I'm here to help you. So I don't know. It has been a lot, and it's still a learning process because like, now that I started a new job, now I have to figure out a whole new schedule because before Andrew would bring him to daycare in the morning, I'll pick him up in the afternoons and I will start my day. Or I would be at work at 7 o'clock and I'll be out by 3:30 to try to go pick him up in Manchester or whatever. Where now it's like, okay, well, I have to drop him off in the morning. So now I'm doing an hour commute in the morning.
Wow.
To drop him off, come back basically to where I live to go to work. And then, you know, the good thing is I don't have to do that in the afternoon now. Like, Andrew does it, but then it's like, okay, well, now you have to do this. You still have to wake up at the same time, but now you just go to work a little later. And then come back home at the same exact time that you were before. Right. And then it's like, now you also have, like, goals that you're trying to do for yourself. Like, I have different things that I want to accomplish. And now I'm trying to start a new career. Balance a baby, and then do the things that I want to do. Like, it's super exhausting. Right.
So, if this is your first time watching, normally she's behind the camera, and we always say at the beginning of the episodes, yo, you gonna talk? And she's like, nah. And then I ain't gonna hold you. I purposely say shit to get you, and I get you at least once every episode.
I've been learning how to shut up though. I have not said anything for like, what has it been, 3 or 4
since
episodes?
Valentine's.
Yeah.
Since Valentine's.
It's been like 3 episodes.
Alright, so
2 or 3 episodes. Yes, because it was fresh. It was your Black History one and the.
So this is the 3rd one.
Yeah, so it's 3 episodes. I did not say anything. Yes.
So normally you're behind the camera, and you're a photographer.
Yeah.
And you want to
up and coming photographer.
No, you own it.
I don't
own it.
No, I
own
can't
it.
yet. I feel like there are so many things that I have to work on, so I don't want to say that I am a full blown photographer.
But that's part of it. The more you own it, the more you say I am this, you're gonna feel into it. You know what I mean?
I guess that's what you and Fresh said last time, but
yeah.
I want to say up and coming.
Alright, well, we'll be here for the next 20 minutes arguing about if you up and coming or here, because I personally fuck with a lot of your photos, but you're a photographer and want to learn cinematography.
Yes.
I'm still waiting for some of your photos on t-shirts and hoodies, but that'll be an off-camera conversation.
Okay, I will tell you for that, the problem is that you need money to start that up.
Bro, send me the photo. I'll send you money and I'll go put the shit on the shirt myself.
So I've been thinking of a few different ideas, whether it's selling prints and doing t-shirts. And
so why haven't you started?
Because of the fact that I'm trying to figure out how to, like, I'm a perfectionist. Okay. So I'm the type of person where I don't like, people will just throw things out and people will like it. I'm not going to knock them for it. People like it. I tell you all the time, people love a story. So like saying, hey, I started from here. Look at this crappy thing that I did when I started, and then 5 years later,
right.
It's amazing. But I'm the person that wants to be the 5 years later. You know what I'm trying to say?
Already.
Right. So with that being said, that's why
smiling because you know that ain't real. You know that's not how it works.
So like I'm trying to figure out like packaging. I want to make sure that everything that I do is like not perfect, but still like
you want to come on the scene like bow.
Yeah, like I want to be like okay, she got her shit together. Like
right.
I don't want it to be like, okay, well she did it. Well, this is the things that she needs to work on for next time. Like, well, I know I'm still gonna get that because it's still
right.
new to me, but I don't want it to be so bad where it's discouraging, if that makes sense.
My advice,
like, I want to feel good when I get, like, if I give you this print that I want you to hang up in your wall or something like that, or this t-shirt that I want
right.
you to wear, I want you to be like, damn, this is a great ass
like
t-shirt.
you want to feel like, yo, I would wear this shit.
Like this shit
right.
is like fire. Like
I hear that.
No, like there's really no complaints. Like there's little things that you need to fix and fine tune in the future.
Put testers out. You got a couple people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a couple people, and even like if you started off for free or started off with like guys like me, Bryant, Nichelle. By the way, how's Nichelle doing? Nah. You
cut off from the Black History Month episode because I found out that you are a serial sister lover. So
wait,
it's over.
Sister as in black people or sisters in like
sisters like. I'm not going to put her out there. Just know that there was a sister that you was talking to, and now I'm like, no, I'm not helping you out.
We weren't really talking. That was in high school.
I'm just chilling.
I was going to say, hold up. I mean, I love a good sister, but damn. But she
was older than you, so I'm not serious.
Okay. I think I saw her the other day at the Place to Be, by the way.
Michelle or?
Yeah, Michelle.
You might have.
Nah,
I don't know.
neither. There was like 2 little brown children with her.
No.
Then it was okay.
No. She only got one child that may be with her.
Okay. What was I saying? Something about putting testers out.
Oh yeah, like you were saying, like you were giving examples of people who I should.
Right. So even if you like were to put testers out, but how did you get on the idea of photography? Yeah. How did you become a photographer?
So I've always liked art.
Okay.
I tried to draw. I could do doodles or like cartoon type figures. I don't really do it that often. You'll probably see like 2 pictures from like 5 years ago that I've drawn. I'll show it to you. You can't post it. But I've always liked art, and I was always like envious of like artsy type people because I feel like that's not my personality. Like they're always super free spirited, and they just walk around with no shoes on and draw pictures of trees and shit. So, so I was like, oh my god, like if I could be a person, I would be an artsy person. But I couldn't draw.
Word.
And I'm not really good with like graphic design. Mm-hmm. And I've come from a family of photographers. Like my uncle, my grandfather's brother, my uncle, he takes pictures. My grandpa takes pictures. My aunt takes pictures. My dad tries to take pictures. I'm going to say tried because he gets mad at me. He gets mad at me by saying trying, by the way, because he has a really good camera. He has a Sony mirrorless camera, and I want it so bad because he doesn't use it. But anyway.
So what you do is you go to his house and start using it?
What I try to tell him is, hey, can I borrow this real quick? And then he always goes, well, where are you going? And then I'm like, oh, well, I'm just going home. I'll bring it back tomorrow. And then he'll be like, no, you're not. And then he tells me I can't borrow it.
So what you gotta do is bring it back tomorrow one time, and then
just not bring it back tomorrow.
Not bring it back the second. No, actually bring it back.
Well, that's happened with his tripod. So I said I was gonna borrow it.
Hey, Pop, thanks for the tripod.
I said I was gonna borrow it, and then I haven't given it back. But
word.
So yeah, so like everybody in my family basically like takes pictures, and I was like, well, one day I think I was talking to my aunt, and we were like just talking about different stuff. My aunt is like super smart. She knows the answer to everything. And if she doesn't know the answer, she could always find the answer. And one day we were just talking about like pictures, and she started telling me like how like she gets you enthused with what she's doing. So one day she's like, oh, I love this pictures. Like I love taking pictures. I'm learning how to do this, and I'm trying to learn how to do silhouettes and take pictures of backgrounds. And she's telling me like all the terminology and stuff for pictures. I'm like, I don't understand any of this stuff. She's like talking about ISO and white balances, and I'm like, what the fuck is a white balance? Like I don't care about any of this. Don't you just take a picture and you just point it and shoot it and it's good? Like and she's like, no. Then like you can figure out how to do all these cool things with your pictures. I'm like, oh whatever. So she's telling me about it, and in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, well, I have this like stupid Olympus like point and shoot camera. I wanted it because it was waterproof, and I wanted to like take pictures underwater. So so I had got it, and she's like, okay, well, we can go on a hike at Tolkien Mountain, and we could go take pictures. So I'm like, oh, bet. Like, I got my point and shoot camera. It's about to be lit. So we go out there, and we're taking pictures, and I'm taking pictures on my camera, and all my pictures are coming out orange. And because I guess it's called golden hour. But it was like a little bit past golden hour. So golden hour is basically like the perfect timing of the day where the pictures, it's not too bright, but it's not dark yet. So it's like the perfect lighting for you to take pictures.
And it's an hour?
I don't think it's necessarily an hour.
Bullshit. False advertisement.
But it's like right before sunset.
Okay, word.
Right? So, you know, we're going and we're taking pictures, and my camera is taking everything and making it orange. But I think it's because of the fact that the sun is setting and it's getting dark, and my camera can't adjust because it's a regular just point and shoot camera. It's not meant to take these amazing photos. But she's over here getting these close up pictures of like bees flying up in flowers, and she got like me and my cousin's perfect silhouette. Which is funny now, but like if you look at the picture, we're making hearts with our hands. Yeah. So it looks like a engagement photo, but he's really like my cousin. But like she's taking these amazing pictures or whatever, and I'm like, oh my god, I want to get a camera so bad. And then like probably a month later, I end up getting like a beginner's camera, like a beginner DSLR camera. And I literally took pictures of everything in the house. I was taking pictures of like bottle caps and loaves of bread. And I found like a weird toy in my dad's like shed thing, and I literally took pictures of everything you could think of.
That's dope.
Yeah. And it's just kind of like progressed from there.
That's dope.
Yeah. One thing I will say is that with this whole photography thing, that's why I don't say that I am a full-blown photographer yet, because I've been so focused on the technology behind cameras, like, you know, what like the importance of lighting and understanding what ISO is and what aperture is and f-stop, and like learning all these different aspects of a camera that I lost track of the art part of it. So like I'm learning how to compose my pictures now. So where if I take a picture of this glass, it's not just a straight on picture of this glass. How can I make this glass look artsy? You know what I mean? Right. So like that's why I say I'm not a photographer yet, because I still haven't mastered that part of it where it's like, okay, how can I make this glass look like the best glass you've ever seen in your life? You know what I mean? Or make this glass look so good that you want to hang it up in your closet. I mean, in your living room or bedroom or something.
That's dope. And it's interesting you say that, because photography is another form of art, and even the way how you're finding out the background of it, or like the behind it to get forward, that's interesting. So you have a YouTube channel?
Yes. It's still there. The videos are still there.
Right.
I just haven't posted in like 2-3
They
months.
were dope though.
See,
so
okay.
Where did the idea of coming up with it start from, and then talk about the YouTube channel? So
I have always wanted to make a YouTube channel. I was going to do like an anonymous YouTube channel like years ago.
What do you mean anonymous?
Where it was kind of just like a silhouette of me just talking.
That's dope.
I mean, yes and no. Like, I wanted to do it because I wanted to share myself. Like I told you, I'm an introvert and I'm very, very shy.
Right.
So I wanted to make this YouTube channel so that I can share myself, but I was still afraid of people actually seeing me. That make sense?
The concept is dope though.
Okay.
I like that idea though.
It's so freaky though. It's weird to be an anonymous person. Like you think about like when you do those investigative shows and they got
I don't want to talk about it, but
and they be snitching on all their friends. Like that was gonna be me, because I didn't want to put myself out there. Like I did anonymous blogs for a while.
Really?
I'm not gonna tell you about it. I think it's still out there, but I'll never tell anybody about it. But
did you have an alias?
Yeah, I had a whole. I'm never gonna tell you. I gotta figure out the passwords before I tell anybody about it.
That's funny.
But I had like secret blogs. I would talk about like my life, like everything I was going through. Like it was kind of like a way to just tell the world about myself, but not tell the world about myself.
Subliminally, kind of.
Right.
I don't know if that's like...
Yeah, I did like poems. I did like blogs, like just regular blog posts about different topics. I did, I used to write about just my day. You know what I mean? And then I was like, well, I don't like writing because I'm not good with the semantics with writing. I don't feel like checking grammar. Like I don't spell well. I sometimes don't even talk well. So it's like, you know, I really don't want to do writing because people are not going to get it. And then I was always been afraid of like putting YouTube videos out and then like, oh, she talks like a toddler. Why am I listening to her? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm thinking of like all these horrible things. So it really took like, I want to say it's been like 4 or 5 years before I could actually post like a real video of myself.
That's
like
deep.
An actual video of myself, my face talking.
Word.
It took a long time.
So what were the videos of?
So my YouTube channel, which is still there, okay.
Which is?
It's my name still. I am _Anika Nicole. So that's his name on there. Everything. Just look up I am Anika Nicole on all social media. You'll probably find me somewhere. But it was, I wanted it to be like a vlog / like informational type channel. So the vlog will be about like my life, my goals, and my challenges, which was the slogan. And
bars.
And then like but I also want to tie in like photography. So I was like going to talk about like things like I have a video about like understanding authenticity, like being who you are and like not changing for the world. And then there was another one about like time management, like what I do to be more productive and how productivity can help with like your mental health. Like, you know, planning a day and having some type of structure can actually make you feel like you had a good day and make you not be in your head so much and feel like you're a complete failure. Yeah. Which is another thing that I talked about, like how I go through like depression and anxiety or whatever. And then I talk about like my son. And then I was getting into the aspect of talking about videos. I think I have one that's about like beginner photography, like what we were just talking about, like how I got into it, what I've learned so far, like the science or the technology behind like photography and stuff like that, and things I want to learn. Word.
So then what happened?
Well, life happens. Like that's honestly what happened. Like I had like. So how I was doing it before is I was like recording myself going into work or going to pick up my son. But it's like, then it's like, okay, well you gotta wait for the perfect day. Like it has to be super nice out because you can't put lighting in your car to make it look nice. Like I'm trying to like multitask. Like I'm trying to pick up my son and do errands and stuff and also record a video. So that was like also a thing. Then I hated the fact that my videos were like super shaky because driving. Yeah, like, and again, now that I'm trying to learn how to do cinematography and like videos, like I hated the way that they came out. And then we started trying to move, and you know, I'm trying to kind of get into the swing of things of like balancing my son, trying to create a routine. I also want to like try to lose weight because this is the biggest I've ever been in my life.
You look good though. I mean, you look good though.
Thanks. I think you'd be a nice. I feel like a whale or a seal.
Shut up, bro. Cut. You need the cut, man.
But like, it is the biggest I've ever been in my life. So it's like I'm trying to like do all these different things. So it's like YouTube videos were like in the back of my head, and then it's like also it's really hard to think about topics. Like I feel like, no offense, but I feel like you have a really good. Like yours is way easier. It's simple. Because it's like you just find people who you think are interesting or whatever, and you just talk to them. You know what I mean? Or you just come up with things that you would talk about with your regular friends, and it just goes. Where I'm sitting over here talking to myself, which is uncomfortable. It's super. Because I did that one episode where I was just like, all right, let me see how this. It's so weird. It is uncomfortable. I'll give you that. And then it's like you also try to have to have like personality in your video, and it's like, who the fuck are you talking to have personality? But that comes with it though, because I like if you even listen to the first episode that we did to now, like I joke a lot. I'm more me now than I was in August when we started. You know what I mean? Like now I could joke with you, sound effects, you know what I mean? Yeah. But back then it was
I had to get comfortable.
Now imagine that, but originally recording yourself, like actually looking at yourself.
I feel you.
And so funny thing is, when I first recorded myself, I realized that I talk on a certain side of my mouth. So
What?
So I feel like a part of my mouth moves more than the other side. Don't watch me now. Don't watch me now.
What the hell are you talking about?
Yes, like when I talk, which I'm gonna cover my mouth because I feel like you're watching me now. A certain side of my mouth moves and another side of my mouth does not.
Word.
But I picked up on it. Everybody else was like, what the fuck are you talking about? But I picked up on it. And I'm like, oh my god, I can't post this video. Like, I look fucking stupid.
Really?
Like, but I look like I got like a stroke on one side of my face. Like, that's what I said. Like, I don't want to post it. So like, it's a lot to record yourself and put it out there. And then that's another thing too. Like, people don't realize how vulnerable you're being with being on YouTube. Like, even if you're just talking about what you know, like, let's say that I did, I don't know, motivational speaking or just, I don't know, talking about marketing or whatever. Like, you're literally putting yourself out there for people to look at your videos and tell you whether or not they like you or they hate you.
Right.
You know? Like, it's a lot.
Wrap up pretty soon. Can we expect the YouTube channel to make a comeback?
It's coming.
It's coming?
Yes. I'm not going to say when because I don't want to commit to anything just yet.
I'm so immature. Sorry.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
So I can't do this shit with my friends.
Listen. But it's coming. I have like topics and everything that I have.
That's what's up.
I want to like fix up one of the rooms and like make a nice like a background for it.
Word. And you got the green screen too.
Yeah, which came out really good. I was playing around for Andrew's YouTube video.
Word.
So when they start recording, it's about to be fire. I'm about to have a whole like Fresco and Drew's weekly fantasy news background up there.
Word.
It's about to look nice.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So everything going on, I don't think I missed any of your hats, right? Aside from
career, photography. No.
Yes, Drew, get it out. So what are your goals? What are your goals and what motivates you? Obviously, aside from your family, what drives you? Because I know you said a lot about, wanting to be a perfectionist. Mm-hmm. So what keeps you encouraged and drives you to keep going?
Just myself.
Word.
I found out like you can't put your motivation in other things and people because
yes, boo, yes.
That's so trash. I feel like you can't put you can't put your goals and stuff on other people. It's like you have to motivate yourself. So that's what motivates me. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Word.
What was your question again?
No, that was it. What motivates you? What drives you? Yeah.
I mean, I could say the cliche thing like, "Oh, my son does it," but
no, but that's why I was like aside because we I know he does, but so what advice would you give to new mothers, up and coming photographers, anybody who is listening to your story that obviously they're already probably inspired because you just told even stuff that I see once a week that I didn't even know. So I'm sure they've been inspired over the last hour. But what advice would you give? And that was way more than 12 words.
Well, listen, I'm not picking at you, so it's okay. I would just say that it's not easy. That you are going to have moments where you're going to just want to stare at a wall and cry or drink a whole bigger bottle than this.
We're going to start putting the logo on the bottles that we buy, bro.
And like you're going to want to drink like a whole 1.5 liter of wine and maybe add some vodka to it or something, tequila.
I'm here for it.
But it does get easier. And I would say just keep trying. One of the main things I learned about my photography was that a lot of people that I like envy or like love and like get most of my information from been doing it for years.
Word.
So it's not like they just woke up one day and said, "Hey, I'm gonna be a professional photographer," and their pictures came out amazing. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you remember when I was talking to Fresh, but I was saying that the YouTube guy Peter McKinnon.
Mm-hmm. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. He posted a video one time about like his first pictures, and it was like composition was horrible and the pictures was blurry and it had weird things in the background, and it's like, but that's where he came from. And he did one photo shoot with some guy with like this weird graffiti background, looked crazy, and he made $100 off of it. I mean, $500 off of it. But it's like, you know that it takes time to get to where you want to be, so it's just like, don't put a rush on it. Don't look on Instagram and Facebook and think that the people that you're looking at are the final product. Like, they've probably been working at it for some years.
For sure. Word. That's beautiful. And I think that's a great note to end on. Before I close up, look in the camera, get your 15, 30, 60 seconds of fame, talk your...
I don't have anything to say.
She was like, I'm talking more right now than I have all day. Oh my God.
Listen, only thing I can say is just follow me.
Yeah.
I am _Anika Nicole.
That was perfect timing. I'm so happy. This was a great episode, a great conversation, a great way to kick off Women's Month. We've got a panel coming up, a couple other female entrepreneurs that I'm going to sit down and kick it with. So I really hope that you guys enjoy this month.
Maybe I'll chime in on that one.
Hey,
depending on what you're talking about.
I honestly, the panel, I just want almost a similar conversation to what we had now, but it'll be more women and just open the floor to just chat. You know what I mean? I got a couple days to figure out where I'm gonna go, and it's funny because you were like, "You ain't got no questions for me. Nah, you ain't got nothing to say," and I was like. Nah, see,
I actually thought it was going to be like 20 minutes.
And you saw how the conversation flowed,
I
right?
thought it was going to be like 20 minutes.
See? Exactly my point. But yeah, we got a lot to look forward to this month. Y'all stay beautiful. I was telling my kids the other day, not my kids, my students, you know, you guys got to look in the mirror and practice self-confidence. Not a lot of people practice self-love. So if I could look in the mirror every morning and say, Jake, you are beautiful, you guys too. So practice that self-love, and I'll see y'all in about a week. And that's a cut on another episode.
So 8:45, right?
I'm about to clap. No, 8:40. Just to be on the safe side.
Ain't no telling where I'm propelling. Maybe my fucking mind was telling me it's time to get my life.
Did you start recording it?
Oh,
See, look at you. You're still messing up. Ready? 1, did you record it? 1, 2, 3. See, you're messing
Really all on you, be sure to learn this so the world will swallow you. Thinking logical when I call my audible, just need to flex all my options. Or the one way that I can fix a problem. Trusting in my process when I feel like I have fallen. When I'm going coast to coast, there's so much going through my mind. I'm getting all the tests I asked for, ain't no reason to ask why. I just be sure.